Have you ever wondered why some companies rise above the rest, achieving lasting greatness, while others with similar resources and opportunities never quite get there? What makes the difference between a good company and a truly great one? In this audiobook summary of Good to Great, Why Some Companies Make the Leap and Others Don't by Jim Collins, we explore powerful insights backed by years of rigorous research into what separates the great from the merely good. This is a direct, straightforward audiobook summary designed to fit this complete book into a bite-sized format under 15 minutes. I've pulled the most important key takeaways from this book and packed them all in here for you. If you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe to Audiobook Focus for more daily summaries that help you grow in every area of your life. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive right in. Jim Collins and his research team spent 5 years studying companies that transitioned from being merely good to truly great, and more importantly, sustained that greatness for at least 15 years. They compared these companies with others in the same industries that did not make the leap. The result? A collection of principles and patterns that consistently showed up in the great companies but were missing in the others. One of the most important findings is what Collins calls Level 5 leadership. These are not your stereotypical, flashy, ego-driven CEOs. Instead, Level 5 leaders combine deep personal humility with intense professional will. They're the kind of leaders who credit success to their teams and take personal responsibility when things go wrong. They're driven by a fierce resolve to do what's best for the company, not for their own personal gain or recognition. These leaders were crucial in helping their companies make the leap from good to great. They are more focused on building long-term results than boosting short-term success, and they are often shy about the spotlight, preferring to let the results speak for themselves. Another key insight is about getting the right people on the bus. Before setting a vision or strategy, great companies focus on hiring the right people and getting them into the right roles. Collins argues that who comes before what? When you have the right team, you can adapt more easily to change and face challenges head-on. The wrong people, even if they have great resumes, can derail a company. The companies that made the leap to greatness were disciplined about hiring and firing, understanding that the journey depends on the quality of the people involved. They knew that a great vision is meaningless without the right team to execute it, so they were patient, rigorous, and intentional about building their teams. Once the right people are in place, the next step is confronting the brutal facts. Great companies don't shy away from reality. They don't pretend things are better than they are or sugarcoat problems. Instead, they maintain unwavering faith that they will prevail in the end, no matter how difficult the situation, while at the same time having the discipline to face the toughest facts of their current reality. This paradox, what Collins calls the Stockdale paradox, is named after Admiral Jim Stockdale, a Vietnam prisoner of war who survived extreme hardship by balancing optimism with realism. Companies that thrive do the same. They cultivate a culture where truth can be heard, and they lead discussions with honesty and openness, encouraging others to bring issues to light without fear of blame or punishment. Another major idea is the hedgehog concept. The name comes from a Greek parable that says the fox knows many things, but the hedgehog knows one big thing. In business, this means great companies focus deeply on what they can be the best in the world at, what they are passionate about, and what drives their economic engine. The intersection of these three circles, passion, skill, and profitability, creates the hedgehog concept. Great companies avoid distractions and commit fully to this central idea. They align all their resources and strategies toward this one clear and compelling goal. This clarity gives them a laser-like focus and sets them apart from companies that spread themselves too thin across multiple areas. To support this focused execution, great companies develop a culture of discipline. This isn't about micromanaging or rigid systems. It's about disciplined people who take disciplined action, guided by the company's clear vision. When people are self-disciplined and passionate about what they do, there's less need for rules and regulations. Collins emphasizes that a culture of discipline means people hold themselves accountable and pursue excellence without being told. It also means having the discipline to say no to opportunities that don't fit within the hedgehog concept, even if they seem attractive. Discipline extends to finances, decision-making, and growth strategies, and it allows for consistent execution without chaos. Technology is another area where great companies differ. Contrary to what many believe, Collins found that technology does not cause greatness. Instead, great companies use technology as an accelerator, not a creator, of momentum. They carefully evaluate new technologies and adopt only those that align with their hedgehog concept. They're not chasing trends or trying to be first to market. They're making smart, disciplined choices. These companies avoid the hype and instead focus on applying technology in a way that enhances what they are already great at. The key is intentionality, not innovation for its own sake. Another powerful concept from the book is the flywheel effect. Collins describes how good to great transformations don't happen overnight or with one big breakthrough. Instead, progress is like pushing a giant flywheel. At first, it takes enormous effort just to get it moving, but with consistent effort and aligned actions, the wheel gains momentum and eventually spins faster and faster. There is no dramatic moment, no one turning point. Greatness is the result of consistent, sustained effort over time. Each small step builds on the last, and eventually the company reaches a point where results take off. But those results are the consequence of many steps that came before, often unnoticed at the time. Collins also introduces the doom loop as the opposite of the flywheel effect. In the doom loop, companies react to setbacks with drastic overhauls, firing leaders, changing direction, or chasing the next big idea without discipline. This reactive pattern destroys momentum and prevents long-term growth. In contrast, great companies stay consistent and build steadily. They resist the temptation to make sudden shifts and instead commit to long-term strategies, trusting the process even when results aren't immediate. Another key takeaway is the importance of a simple yet powerful vision. Great companies don't need complicated mission statements. They have clarity about their purpose, and every team member understands how their role contributes to that purpose. This clarity drives action and creates alignment throughout the organization. When everyone is pulling in the same direction, progress becomes exponential. This simplicity makes decision-making easier and helps teams stay focused, especially during times of uncertainty. Collins also discusses the concept of clock building, not time telling. Great leaders focus on building enduring systems and cultures rather than relying on their own charisma or quick wins. They want to leave something that lasts beyond their tenure. This long-term thinking helps companies sustain greatness over decades, not just a few years. Instead of creating dependence on themselves, they create organizations that can thrive without them, emphasizing sustainability over short-term glory. Another essential concept from the book is preserving the core while stimulating progress. Great companies know what their core values and purpose are, and they hold on to them firmly. But at the same time, they're willing to change practices, strategies, and even products to keep growing. They are anchored in their identity, but always innovating. This dual mindset allows them to stay relevant without losing their essence. It's about knowing what should never change while constantly improving everything else. Collins also talks about the importance of building momentum through small wins. When a company begins to act in alignment with its values and strategy, it often sees small, positive results. These wins build confidence, which leads to more action, more wins, and more momentum. This cycle can lead to a tipping point where transformation takes off. The key is to create a chain reaction of success by stacking small victories. Let's go over the 5 key takeaways from Good to Great and how you can start applying them right now. First, become a level 5 leader. Whether you're running a business or working on a personal goal, lead with humility and determination. Focus on what's best for the mission, not your ego. You can start by being honest about your strengths and weaknesses and asking how you can serve your team better. Develop your willpower and character, and lead with empathy and accountability. Second, get the right people on your bus. Evaluate your team, your network, or your environment. Are you surrounded by the right people who share your values and support your goals? If not, it may be time to make some tough decisions. Build relationships with people who align with your vision. Don't just look for talent, look for character and values. Surrounding yourself with the right people makes the journey more achievable. Third, confront the brutal facts. Take a hard look at where you are now. What's working? What's not? Avoid wishful thinking and be honest with yourself. At the same time, maintain confidence that with consistency and discipline, you can overcome the challenges. Create a culture where truth is valued and facing reality becomes a strength, not a weakness. Fourth, find your hedgehog concept. Think about what you're passionate about, what you're really good at, and how you can turn that into economic success. The intersection of those 3 areas is where your focus should be. Start small, make a list for each of those categories, and look for the overlap. Refine it over time and keep coming back to it until it becomes your guiding principle. Fifth, build momentum with the Flywheel Effect. Don't look for quick fixes or big breakthroughs. Focus on doing the right things every day. Over time, those small actions will build into something powerful. Keep going, even when progress feels slow. Every push matters. Trust the process, track your progress, and celebrate small wins. In conclusion, Good to Great shows that becoming exceptional is not about luck or one big moment. It's about consistent effort, the right people, honest assessment, disciplined action, and clarity of purpose. Whether you're building a company or just trying to improve your own habits and career, the lessons from this book offer a roadmap to lasting success. If you've made it to the end of this audiobook summary, that means you're serious about making real, lasting changes in your life and work. The full audiobook is linked in the description if you want to dive even deeper into Jim Collins' powerful research and insights. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Audiobook Focus for more daily summaries like this. And if you're still here, drop a comment saying, "From Good to Great." I'll do my best to like and reply to every single one. Until next time.